Thank you very much. First of all, I would like again to thank you for being here. I think that it's very important for a society like ESMO to have this opportunity of communication. And following the results that Professor Kandel Sekulovic presented on the availability and affordability of cancer medicine related to melanoma, actually these results are very close to the results that we saw in a recently published survey that we did on the affordability and availability of cancer medicines in the whole countries in Europe, but especially focus not only in the country distribution, but also the regional distribution, because in some countries actually the regions have different access to medicines. And these were really important to do this in a wider range for all major tumor types. And basically the aims of this survey was to provide the clear data on the affordability and availability of these cancer drugs, especially to provide us important information to convince the policymakers that this is a situation that shows really strong disparity. And the findings, just in brief, we found that there are large differences in the availability and out-of-pocket costs for patients, especially the difference is very deep between Eastern countries and Western countries, but even in particular Western countries, there are major differences on the availability of the drugs. And this is not only related to what we call the expensive, innovative cancer drugs, but also to those drugs that we call essential. And usually they are not so much expensive, but just for shortage reasons and other different reasons, there is no availability for some patients in some countries. So this was an important finding that actually, if you want more details, it's published as mentioned in the Annals of Oncology in the issue of July this year. But also what it was important to show is that mainly these disparities affect to patients with either rare diseases or with metastatic diseases. So those patients that have local disease usually get access of the drugs that they need in the adjuvant and the neoadjuvant treatment. And this fits very well with the ESMO goals, one of the important goals that we have as a pillar of our vision and strategy, that is to promote sustainable cancer care. We have actually promoted the creation of a cancer medicines working group that basically is tackling these two aspects that I mentioned, the availability of inexpensive but essential medicines, and also the availability and affordability of what we call expensive, innovative medicines, including also the topic of biosimilars. So this is really the focus of important discussions with several stakeholders, and at the end what we want is to guarantee as much as possible equal access to quality cancer care worldwide. So I don't know whether I can skip this. Okay.
This is okay, and then we'll
sorry about this. Okay. So basically, what we think as an important aspect for sustainable anti-cancer treatment is that information is really very important. And ESMO has taken an objective, evidence-based approach to promote as much as possible and to assist clinical decision-making. And for example, ESMO recently launched what we call the magnitude of clinical benefit scale, that you may be aware of that, but basically this is an important tool. What's that?
Just want to check the power.
Now it's on.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyhow, this is an important tool that basically provides a deep evaluation of the efficacy and the safety of the anti-neoplastic drugs, and ranks this effect in two different scales, one for the metastatic disease, another one for the adjuvant treatment. And what is really important is that scale like this actually provides important information, objective information for policymakers to decide which are the drugs and at what level the drugs have to be reimbursed or not, or even to establish potential potential risk-sharing programs or reimbursing programs. I think that this is another step that from our society, and in collaboration with all stakeholders, not only European stakeholders, but also worldwide stakeholders, because we try to be global, as mentioned before, we are aiming to expand more and more, because at the end we think that with the collaboration of all of us, including all different stakeholders, we will be able to promote as much as possible an affordable and sustainable cancer care. Thank you for your attention.